Hello everyone, Jarek Defiler here, and welcome to the first in a new series that I'm starting called A Patient Gamer Plays. This is going to be me just trying out new games that have been on my backlog since like the Stone Age, my Steam's wishlist and whatnot. The Patient Gamer series is going to revolve around games that are usually a year or older, maybe 6 months. Let's say 6 months or older. And if you don't know what a patient gamer is, you can check out my video on my channel that I made like last year or something like that. It was a while ago. I haven't made a video in a while because I've been concentrating on my novel that just came out last week. If you guys want to check it out, it's called Into the Mind of Pennywell, dark urban fantasy with demonic entities and whatnot. And nocturnalrealms.com if you want to look at it. Just check it out. nocturnalrealms.com, Into the Mind of Pennywell. But anyways, the Patient Gamer series is going to be revolving around me checking out older games, like I said, and you can check out my video on there that discusses what a patient gamer is. The gist of it is someone who just basically waits after a release, usually 6 months, a year after a game's released to purchase it, and all the advantages that come with that. I explained in my video, but it'll be things like, just cheaper price, all the DLCs and bug fixes included and whatnot. So we're going to be doing that going forward, and hopefully it'll turn out pretty fun and cool and informative. And today, since the Steam Summer Sale went off, I tried to get Slay the Spire here. I did get Slay the Spire here. And it has overwhelming positive reviews, and everybody seemed to like it. Buddy Trenton of mine at work kept on telling me about it, and it sounded really interesting. It's like a deck builder, roguelike, a lot of really interesting mechanics from what I hear. And I haven't tried it yet. This is going to be a first impression kind of thing. And we're going to get into it pretty soon here. I think the game came out in 2018, but looking at or 2019 rather, but looking at the patch notes, it was developed, maybe this was the alpha, came out in 2018, so they've been working on it for quite some time. A lot of bug fixes here, which is a good thing. A lot of content additions right there. So, it's cool. They've been staying tried and true to their game. A lot of new additions and keeping up on it even after years after its release. That's always positive. This is done by, what is it, Mega Crit Games. Yeah, it's a small indie studio. According to the Steam page, they're based in Seattle. And I believe this is the only game that they have out. So I don't know if they're doing something else. I'm not too familiar with them because, again, I haven't played the game yet. So we'll check it out. Go to the settings menu here. We do have we had more options and resolution here. For some reason, the borderless screen mode seems to be stuck on the 3600. But I do 2K for mine, but we got plenty of resolution options here. Screen shake, not sure what that is. I assume that just has to do with battles and whatnot, VSync. Nothing too fancy. The game doesn't seem to be very taxing on the hardware. It's just kind of like, from the looks of it, a two-dimensional art style, so I don't think it's anything too serious. Long press conversations. We've got input here. You can change the keys, which is always a good thing. Controller enabled, touchscreen mode, which is cool. I'm not sure if it's on mobile, as I am only a PC gamer and I don't really pay attention to console stuff and things like that anymore. But yeah, not too bad option menu. Credits and patch notes we already looked at. So we have a couple of save slots here. I'm not sure if you can get more than 3. I would assume so, but who knows. Alright, so let's give it a try. This is going to be a first take. So what is this? Standard, daily, climb, and custom. Challenges available once a day. Compete with other players. So I assume these will probably unlock when you beat standard mode or the main game, maybe. We'll find out. So let's get out here. Okay, so we only get one character from the looks of it out of 4. Don't know what it's called. The Ironclad, the remaining soldier of the Ironclad. Sold his soul to harness demonic energies. Burning blood at the end of combat. Heals 6 HP. 5 unlocks remaining. 0 out of 300 to next unlock. So again, this is a first impression, so I don't know what any of this means. But anything with burning blood in it has my attention. So it sounds pretty awesome so far. It looks cool. I like the art style. Very mysterious kind of. I'm assuming he's like a swordsman or something. Exordium. Oh boy. Okay, so from what I do know, this is a tower-based roguelike. So I'm assuming this is the tower, and that's probably the boss. So these are most likely different rooms, and these I assume are the different starting points. Elites, enemy, okay. Rest, so we have the legend here. Explains everything. Unknown room. You may encounter monsters, treasure, shops, or something entirely different. That's fun. Mysterious merchant sells his wares in these rooms, and you're well over here. Treasure, relics, and gold can be found in these coveted rooms. Oh, that's cool. It even like highlights them as you can scroll up and down. See, this is little things that indie studios get really, really right. Is just like quality of life stuff. You know, this wasn't probably necessary, but they did it anyways. When you hover over the legend, it'll highlight it on the actual map. And the best part is that using the scroll wheel, you can actually go up and down, and it doesn't, you know, mess things up. It doesn't like stick to the legend or anything, because it'll actually scroll up and down the map while you're still highlighting, each legend icon. So that's pretty sweet. All right, so where do we want to start? I think it might be too early for a merchant, but who knows? I don't know the game, so we could check that out. Let's do this room first. Defeat enemies by playing cards from your hand. Cards require energy to play. Once you are out, end your turn. At the start of your turn, new cards are drawn and your energy is replenished. All right. So the tutorial looks pretty decent. Play defensive cards to gain block when enemies are about to attack you. Block reduces incoming attack damage, but wears off at the start of your turn. All right. During your turn, you could observe an enemy's intent above them. If an enemy is intent of attacking you, be sure to gain some block. So I assume that they also have a block, perhaps, that they can show, maybe a heal or something like that, if that is what their intent is. Who knows? Okay, so pretty standard stuff here, I guess. Deal 6 damage, gain 5 block, deal 6 damage. Your current card can energy count. So this would basically be, I assume, the mana kind of from Hearthstone. Draw a pile at the start of each turn. 5 cards are drawn from here. Click to. Alright, so that's pretty much what I just drew. Okay, discard pile. We all know what that is. Alright, so what do we got here? Aggressive. This enemy intends to attack for 5 damage. Strategic. This enemy intends to inflict a negative effect on you and attack for 5 damage. Can we click on him? See what the negative effect might be? M? Nope, that doesn't do anything. S? Nope, that doesn't do anything. Alright. Okay, so this is the Ironclad, I suppose. Looks pretty cool. I like that sword. I like the mask, too. Is it like a person, a human, or is it some kind of like bird person thing? I don't know. What's this? Burning Blood. At the end of combat, heal 6 HP. So I don't know if that is something that all characters get or just the Ironclad. I assume it's probably just specific to the Ironclad. We'll see once we unlock the other heroes' potion slots. So assume that is going to be coming later too. We got the money pouch. This is a roguelike, so I don't know if this will carry over the next turn or the next character or run or whatever you want to call it, or if it's just you get this at default each run. I have no idea. Map deck. Okay, so this is all the deck. Nothing fancy. Again, this is just the tutorial level, but it's cool that you can actually see everything so far, and then the settings menu. Alright, so what do we want to do here? I'm just going to test out block. So, okay, so we get 3 options. Let's do 7. Let's do block again. This could be like the most horrible idea. I have no idea. Because again, first time playing, I have no idea how to play or what's the best strategy or options. I'm just testing the game out for all the patient gamers out there. So exhaust. What is exhaust? I assume that, okay, that's what the slime put on me. Removed into. Doesn't say what it does. But I suspect that perhaps I blocked it. Alright. This is actually probably vulnerable. Okay. Vulnerable. Oh, there we go. Vulnerable receives 50% more damage from attacks for 2 turns. Okay, so not enough energy. Oh, in turn. I want to see what that exhaust does. If they're not going to draw, your discard pile is shuffled into the draw pile. Got it. Okay, that's simple enough. What did that do? Did that not do anything? This effect intends to inflict a negative effect on you. I don't know what that did. You're sure? I do like the pacing of it. It's fairly fast paced. So once you probably start to learn the game and get the cards, you know, familiar with the cards and whatnot, I'm assuming that you can start just burning through this stuff like crazy. Now it's lower damage on that. Everything goes down. Okay. I suspect because this was the discard pile. And I also assume that your health will not regenerate between rooms. Except, well, at the end of combat his does, but... Alright, rewards. Add a card to your deck. I think I'd rather get a card. Tip, power cards. This card applies a power to you when used. Powers are passive abilities that remain for the duration of combat. Got it. Choose a card. Deal damage equal to your block. Deal damage can be upgraded any number of times whenever a card is exhausted. Gain 3. Remove until in combat. Okay, so exhaust it is basically you can't use the card once it's used once, then it's out of the field of play for that turn, I guess, or for that round of combat. Not sure. Deal damage equal to your block. That looks like fun because I think this guy seems to be heavily based around block, so that might be kind of cool. I think I'm gonna try that one out. Do like a block build. Okay, so we get all the. Why would I want to skip gold? All right, damage from potions, relics, and powers are not considered attack damage. Proceed. Okay, so let's do one more room, and then I'll probably end this video. Haha, not bad. Like that. All right. Fossilized helix. Prevent the first time you would lose HP each combat. That's cool. Whenever you use a potion, heal. So I'm sure this is randomized each playthrough, just like any other roguelike. Draw 3 cards. Draw 5 cards. Play 2 cards. Put a card from your hand on top of it. And there's a lot of options here. Wow. Like usually in the roguelikes I've played, you know, like Enter the Gungeon and Hades and stuff, there are not this many options in the merchants, so that's kind of cool. But it is a card, you know, deck building game, so that's kind of expected, I suspect. Gain 30 block. You cannot gain block from cards for 2 turns. That, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Gain 5 block. Get a card in your hand for the rest of your combat. I like that one. Put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. Deal 12 damage. This is one that I kind of wanted to. Exhaust 1 card, draw 2 cards. We'll go with Searing Blow. Again, don't know if this is any good. This could be like the dumbest build ever. All the veterans are probably like watching and going, man, this dude is a moron. And you're right. So we'll end it here. We'll do a part 2 coming up soon. I just want to dip into the game Slay the Spire by Mega Crit Games, and hopefully you guys will, that are patient gamers like myself, can check it out and maybe get a little info on if this would be the game for you. As of now, I'm digging it so far. I don't particularly like card games too much when it comes to PvP anyways, but as far as PvE is concerned, I enjoy it because mainly I don't care for the random nature of card games. It's just a lot of RNG, and that's fine because that's, you know, you have to expect that. But when it comes to PvP, it's just, I don't know, I find it kind of annoying, which is why I don't play Hearthstone as much anymore. But when it comes to PvE, then I enjoy it, like Gwent or, you know, Tales from a Witcher, things like that. So this is looking like it's right up my alley. And maybe if you guys were on the fence about it, and you can decide once this series progresses. I'll probably just maybe do the series until I do one full run. I don't know, we'll see. And just see how it goes, and maybe I'll just continue playing it forever. I still have other titles that I want to do, but until then, I hope you all enjoyed and have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and night, depending on where you are. Take it easy.